Cutting straight across now to Myanmar leader Aung San Suu Kyi speaking. Let's take a listen in.
Both foreign and domestic investors. The new Myanmar investment law contains a number of important provisions that will encourage responsible business and support investors to do business with ease through transparent, simplified, and quick procedures. We are very concerned with responsible business because as a country that was under an authoritarian system for, well, more than half a century, so responsibility was something that many people were unaware of because everything was taken care of by the authorities. Nobody was supposed to think of their own responsibility. So in business, as in other areas, we are trying to promote the concept of responsibility. That's why we want to encourage responsible business best practices, not just for the sake of those who are investing, but also to educate our people who have not had enough experience of business on the scale that we hope that it will be taking place in Myanmar today. A permit from the Myanmar investment reform measures have been undertaken to create a more attractive investor-friendly environment, as I mentioned earlier. So one of the things that we are doing is to make it much simpler and much quicker, because we understand in Myanmar that investors want to get on quickly. They don't want to drag their feet and waste a lot of time finding out what they can do and what they cannot do. So we want to let them know very quickly what they can do, and we hope that what they cannot do is kept down to a minimum. A permit from the Myanmar Investment Commission will no longer be required for every investment project. That is how it used to be, and that would hold up the process of starting a business to a considerable extent. It is guaranteed now that investments will not be expropriated directly or indirectly. Income tax exemptions will be granted according to zones and promoted areas. The development gap between the states and regions will be reduced through power delegation and the establishment of a grievance system. We have 14 states and regions in Myanmar, and not all of them are. We have development gaps between our states and regions. It's not just development gaps between us and other members of ASEAN. And when we look to the development of our states and regions, we have to think of the political aspect as well as the economic ones. For example, we cannot always invest where it would be most lucrative for us in the material sense. Sometimes we have to invest for the sake of bringing our people closer together, for the sake of political equality and harmony, because some of our regions, especially the border regions, are very undeveloped, which is not to say that Myanmar as a whole is very developed. We are not. We are a developing nation, but some regions are less developed than others, and we often have to invest for the sake of social cohesion and harmony rather than for pure economic gain. But we hope that investments can be made in such a way that these two needs are fairly balanced. We have been prescribing more laws during 2017 and the beginning of this year to make sure that the economic reforms that we want are comprehensive. Reforms have been undertaken in every sector throughout Myanmar. Some are highly visible, but some are less obvious. Reforms that seek to strengthen macroeconomic management are absolutely essential for economic stability, which in turn is a strong magnet for attracting increased investment. Such reforms are not immediately visible to most people, but their impact is substantial and long-lasting, as I'm sure everybody in this room knows, because I understand that those who are attending this occasion are here because they are interested in business, they are interested in investing, and so they will understand the importance of certain measures which are not immediately obvious to the majority of our people. An important recent reform which can be considered revolutionary for us is the modernization of the more than 100-year-old companies law to reflect the current business and regulatory environment. The Myanmar Companies Law was enacted on 6 December 2017. It came into effect in August 2018 with the implementation of the electronic registry. As a result of the electronic registry, companies can now be registered in Myanmar within a few hours by using the MyCo Myanmar Companies online system. This may sound old hat to you, but it's very, very new for us. And we are proud of it, and we want you to know that we are catching up with the rest of us and with the rest of the world. The new companies law has transformed Myanmar's corporate landscape and will make it easier for businesses to be registered as companies. It will provide greater flexibility for companies in their conduct of business and the management of their internal affairs, while at the same time ensuring certainty and stability in corporate regulation. It will also do much to improve the starting business ranking, which is a main indicator of the doing business ranking of Myanmar. I'm saying this because we want a lot of people to start business in Myanmar, and I would like to assure you that starting business will now be much easier than it has ever been. Up to now, as of September 2018, over 14,000 companies are registered on our online platform, and over 4,000 are newly corporated. The Myanmar Investment Commission has been reorganized with a new investment team led by Union Minister U Thant Thun. The new MIC team is now reviewing all processes, not only within the MIC itself, but also within other government agencies, with a view to streamlining and then establishing simple, clear, and predictable standard operating procedures. We anticipate that this exercise will contribute to the development of a single window system for use by all investors and businesses who may or may not be registered under the MIC. Such a single window system will go a long way towards addressing impediments faced by investors, while at the same time allowing us to provide them not only with pre-investment but also with post-investment services. The main purpose of this procedural streamlining
Myanmar leader Aung San Suu Kyi delivering the keynote address at the ASEAN Business and Investment Summit, calling on investment as being crucial for political equality, also saying that registering companies online within a few hours is the need of the hour, and starting businesses would be much easier now than it has ever been. That's the key takeaway coming in from the Myanmar leader's keynote address at that event. We'll of course keep tracking the latest coming in on that front. But